Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, June 5th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Well, this week, the country witnessed anti-police demonstrations in more than 100 cities. What began as peaceful protests in the aftermath of George Floyd's death at the hands of the police quickly turned to chaos and criminal activity. At least 10,000 people have now been arrested in all 50 states, hundreds of businesses damaged or destroyed, thousands of people hurt, and at least 2 police officers killed. Mandatory curfews in place in New York City for the first time since World War II. The National Guard deployed in 15 states and the nation's capital. Predictably, many in the media blame Donald Trump for much of the unrest. The New York Times writing, quote, "How Trump's idea for a photo op led to havoc in a park," unquote. The Washington Post, quote, "Trump's threats to deploy troops moves America closer to anarchy," unquote. Both newspapers are hate Trump enterprises. You can't believe a word either of them print. Top Democrats also trashing the president. Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey calling Mr. Trump scum for fueling racial hate. Nancy Pelosi accusing the chief executive of ripping the country apart. Many celebrities blame America itself. Colin Kaepernick, the football kneel-down guy, calls the violence the only logical reaction to police brutality. Justin Timberlake, Steve Carell, Seth Rogen, others donating money to help bail out violent rioters. Violent. These actors also support Black Lives Matter, which is really an updated version of the Black Panther Party. Black Lives Matter, the organization, wants to ban public policing and release all minority prisoners from jail. Black Lives Matter is a radical and dangerous organization. So, what happens now in America? Violence is slowly dissipating. New polls show 71% of Americans want the National Guard to enforce peace. There is backlash coming, and it could play out in November. The majority of Americans do not want anarchy and do not believe they live in a racist country. Ahead, our listeners sound off. Right back. Working from home is causing the worst type of cybercrime, home title theft. While we're doing everything from working, banking, shopping, in the house, cybercriminals are targeting our homes. They want the money they can get by taking out loans against the house. The crime is called home title theft, and the FBI is warning all homeowners. Home Title Lock protects your home from cyber thieves. Your home's legal title is online. Thieves can find it and forge your signature stating you sold your home to them. Then they take out loans and leave you in debt. Banks, insurance, and basic identity theft services do not protect you. Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier around your home's title. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you are already a victim. You can use the code BILL for 30 free days of protection. That's code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Listeners, sound off. We do this every Friday. You can reach me by email, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. So let's begin with Christine in Bluffton, South Carolina. I don't understand the point of the protests. What do the protesters hope to accomplish? What do they want? Well, there isn't one thing, Christine. It's a whole litany of grievance on the streets of America. Some of it is legitimate, and some of it is not. But overall, millions of Americans, not the majority, but millions, feel we are an unjust country, that minorities do not have the same opportunity to pursue happiness as Caucasians do. So any chance to demonstrate their anger, they take. And that is what you are seeing this week. Robert in San Jose, California. The statistics do not support the idea the police are hunting and killing black men. The communities do not care about stats, and the protesters will not believe them anyway. That is absolutely correct, Robert. 2019, there were 10 killings by police of unarmed blacks. 10. And there are 800,000 police officers in this country. And if you look at the 10, some of them involved people driving cars, trying to run over police, that kind of thing. So you're right, stats don't matter in these protests, and people will not believe them anyway, which is irrational. And once you get there, you're in a dangerous place. Mia in Lincoln, Nebraska, couldn't believe the Chicago mayor said the F word to the President of the United States. That would be Lori Lightfoot, a Trump hater who has lost control of the city of Chicago as her predecessor did, Rahm Emanuel. The black-on-black murder rate in Chicago is horrifying and has been for years. Yet Lori Lightfoot has no clue on how to protect poor people in her city. Philip in Bangor, Maine. The George Floyd death was a vicious and inhumane, terrible thing that no human being should ever have happened to them and deserves punishment to the fullest extent of the law. Okay, Philip, no one is disagreeing with you. Now, the officer who had his knee on Mr. Floyd's neck and killed him, charged with second-degree murder, will be convicted. The 3 other officers who stood by are all charged with felonies. Mike Malone, Aberdeen, Washington. Can the president, by executive order, eliminate the contract CNN has at the airports? No. CNN pays for that access. Private company, they pay the airports. That's what you see. By the way, CNN's coverage of the race stuff has been dishonest and appalling. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve the message by putting it together. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com for honest coverage. In a moment, something you might not know. You know me as a news guy, but today I'm a science guy. I've accumulated my share of aches and pains over the years, which started my quest for a natural solution. I found it in Omega XL. The stuff works, and it has 30 years of research to prove it. Omega XL is a powerful natural anti-inflammatory supplement that helps relieve joint and muscle pain. There's nothing like it. Omega XL has health benefits way beyond joint comfort. Here's another reason I take Omega XL. Research shows that it can rebalance inflammation in the body and promote a healthy immune system, vitally important. So, please do 2 things today for yourself. Stay close to your loved ones and order Omega XL, the supplement that can deliver pain relief while improving your overall health. Order now and get a second bottle absolutely free of charge. Please go to omegaxl.com/bill. That's omega, the letters xl.com/bill. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The pandemic has closed hundreds of thousands of restaurants across the USA. While the dining rooms remain empty, folks are turning to an old favorite for a quick meal, the drive-thru. Forget fine dining. Sales at some fast food restaurants are way up in the age of COVID. The industry currently taking in more than $8 billion each month. Some locations even reconfigured their parking lots to accommodate the motorcade of hungry customers going in for pickup. Here's how the country's biggest chains are feeding folks during the shutdown. Taco Bell, introducing a new, quote, order in advance option on their website, allowing customers to prepay to promote social distancing. Sales at the Bell up 6% since March. McDonald's, however, has taken a big hit from the breakfast situation. Before the pandemic, millions of Americans stopped off for an Egg McMuffin on their way to work. Not anymore. Sales have plunged 22% in March alone. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pizza Hut, Popeyes all relying on delivery to survive the plague. The restaurants now use services like Seamless, Grubhub, and Uber Eats to get their food to customers who don't want to leave the house. Those businesses are holding their own. All platforms now offer contactless delivery. No cash, you give your credit card over the phone. No conversation at the door. No problem, seemingly. Delivery drivers drop the food off, ring your bell, and zip away. Sales for that contactless delivery up 30% from the same time last year. And here's something else you might not know. The biggest trend in fast food is not a quick burger or some fried chicken. It's bulk ordering. Americans afraid of venturing outside are ordering 3 or 4 family meals at the same time to be delivered. They freeze the surplus food for later. Fast food purchases of $50 or more are up 200% since COVID arrived. But beware, the average American has already gained 5 pounds since the shutdown began in March. Back after this. 2 guys, Kyle and Josh, were both losing their hair, which was no surprise to either, since they knew male pattern baldness ran in their families. The way they dealt with their hair loss, however, couldn't have been more different. Kyle put it off, losing more and more hair. Josh went right to Keeps.com to learn how to keep his hair. Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. The genetic versions saved Josh a lot of money, and the consultation was simple. He answered a few questions online and snapped a few pictures of his hair. A doctor then evaluated everything and recommended the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for Josh. It was shipped discreetly to his door. Keeps lets you save your hair without ever leaving your home. Please go to Keeps, KEEPS.com/Bill to get your first order of Keeps hair loss treatment 50% off. Half off. That's Keeps.com/Bill, Keeps.com/Bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.